siya. Ano yan? Sabi, ang gagamitin is the date of introduction to the customs territory. Example, 1,000 packs of rubber were transported to Metro Davao Economic Zone on May 7, but was later sold by a local buyer on May 15. So what is the rate of duty to be applied? In-enter siya sa PEZA locator on May 7. So that time, ito siya dapat duty sa taxes. But later on, it was sold to buyer, local buyer on May 15. So ang mag-apply ng rate of duty is yung May 15. Kasi binenta siya sa local, tinanggal na siya from the free zone. Inintroduce siya sa customs territory on May 15. So May 15 na gagamitin na rate of duty. Sige, makakuha na siya kasi. For goods sold at public auction. So ito yung mga na-abandon or yung mga na-forfeit na goods. So the rate of duty applicable is as the date of auction. So hindi yung date na in-import siya, hindi rin yung date na withdraw kasi for warehousing yun. So kapag for public auction, the applicable duty rate is the duty applicable at the date of auction. So kung kailan siya in-auction. An example, 1,000 packs of rubber materials are not left, in-abandon siya. Later, din abandoned and were sold at public auction on May 15. What is the rate of duty to be applied? So the rate of duty on May 18 kasi doon siya in-auction. Hindi yung rate of duty kung kailan siya in-import. Clear? Declarant. Yeah, this is in relation to Customs 7. Who is the declarant? Who are considered declarants? Number 1, importer, being the holder of the bill of lading. Importer can be considered a declarant. Second, exporter, being the owner of the goods to be shipped out. Who else? Customs broker, acting under the authority of the importer or from a holder of the bill of lading, or any person duly empowered to act as attorney in fact duly empowered by the importer or holder of the bill of lading. So sila yung mga declarant. Importer, exporter, customs broker, or any person duly empowered to act as attorney in fact. So what if the consignee is a juridical person or the importer? When we say juridical person, yan yung mga company and corporation. Kasi we have natural and juridical person. Yung natural person, you as an individual. The juridical person is the company or the corporation. So in case the importer or the consignee is a juridical person or a company, so who can be the declarant? Pagka juridical person or the importer, usually kasi it's the company or the corporation importer. So who can be a declarant? Any responsible officer of the company or authorized. Kung sino yung authorize importer to sign the goods declaration as declarant on his behalf. So dapat siya yung authorize or any responsible officer of the company. The goods declaration submitted to the Bureau should be processed by the declarant or by a licensed customs broker, provided that for importations, transition period of 2 years, nakapos na yan, kasi 2016, during which should be further that after 2 years, yung bago. Subsection D daw. 2 years from the effectivity of this act is hereby provided, during which subparagraph D of this section shall not be implemented by the Bureau, provided further that after 2 years from the effectivity of this act, subparagraph D of this section shall take in proper consistent with international standards and customs best practice. Ano ba yung subsection D? A person duly empowered to act as agent or attorney-in-law of each holder, meaning pwede hindi siya broker.
Basta grant siya ng power.
Yes, any person duly empowered.
Ganyan ang proseso mga for example, ikaw dapat may kasulatan.
Yes, dapat meron compact SPA, Special Power of Attorney or Authorization Letter.
Siyempre, buti ka lang dito sa bureau, ikaw na po naman, dili ay ako. Dili, namin SPA.
Authorized
Dapat SPA
by the exporter.
Lugi ang Christmas broker sa deklawan ng nag-iisip. Kaya nga, di ba?
Actually, until now, nilalaban pa rin yan sa, nilabanan naman yun ng CCBI. Kaya lang kasi, lumabas yung decision ng court, talo. And then nag-appeal. So, pero malabo na daw kasi
Hindi, nag-i-English ang sa language.
kasi ang ano nila, pinapalo daw yung international standards and customs best practices. Sa ibang country kasi, pwede, aside from the customs broker. So, yun, ano yan, natalo yung kaso ng CCTI. Pero until now, ano pa yung nila, ina-update pa rin, nilalapit pa rin. What are the power, rights, and responsibilities of declarant? Ano ang responsibility ng declarant? Of course, the accuracy of the goods declaration. So, pagmamali, kapatay. And payment of all duties, taxes, and yes, 5K for every error. Every error. Payment of all duties, taxes, and other charges due on the imported goods. The declarant also shall sign the goods declaration even when assisted by a licensed customs brokers. So kapag ang declarant is si customs broker, halimbawa ang declarant is the customs broker, is he liable for the payment of duties and taxes? No.
Very simple.
Kapag kasi si licensed customs broker ang declarant, he or she is only responsible for the accuracy of the goods declaration and not on the payment of duties and taxes. Pero kung ang declarant is a importer, so they are responsible for the payment of duties and taxes. Kasi ang sabi, the practice of customs broker is a profession. It's not a financing business. Diba? Sa yung ano doon, ISOL, diba yun sa ethics? Missions and advance payment of duties and taxes on behalf of the importer or on behalf of the consignee. Okay, next, section 1 na. Section 1 pa lang tayo. Penalties for errors. Sabi dito, the Bureau shall not impose. According to section 108, the Bureau shall not impose substantial, by the way,
Basta inadvertent siya mga go for the okay lang yan siya.
shall not impose substantial penalties for errors when such errors are inadvertent and there was no fraudulent intent or gross negligence in the omission thereof. Provided that in order to discourage repetition of such errors, a penalty may be imposed but shall not be excessive. So meaning, the Bureau of Customs has the right to impose any penalty for error. Pero ang sabi kasi, dapat not substantial. Ay, yung ba 5,000 per error, is it not substantial? Kasi 5,000 is 5,000 pesos, right? Eh, masakit yun. Kapag 5,000, magbayad ka ng 5,000 kasi kami net na lang. Okay pa siguro kung 500, pero kung 5,000 monthly, tapos yung sweldo mo gamit lang cover mo. Kamalik ka ng lunch.
Kailangan ng 5,000, gagawin ka naman ng pool.
So, yun yung section 1. Yung section 109 naman is, ano lang to, information and communications technology. Yung mga automation, because we're following international standards, kailangan maka-hold up tayo with modernization. So, kaya we want to utilize yung mga updated information and communications technology to enhance customs control and to support a cost-effective and efficient customs operations geared toward paperless customs environment. Yan. Yan yung section 109. Sabi ko na ito masyadong Next, relationship between the Bureau and third parties. Section 110. Ano naman yung section 110? Under section 110, parties may transact business with the Bureau either directly or through a designated third party to act on their behalf. The customs transactions transacted by a third party shall not be treated less favorably or be subject to more stringent requirements of those transacted through a designated third party. So, dapat daw equally treated. Either there is a third party or merong direct transaction, dapat fair yung treatment. They shall have the same rights and obligations as the designating party when transacting business in the Bureau. Section 111. Information of journal. So, ano sabi dyan? So, the Bureau of Customs is required to publish, so hindi pwede confidential. They have to publish its decisions, rulings, circulars, memorandum, and orders. Hindi pwedeng si Customs na nakakaalam. Dapat it is properly published and circulated. If there are new CMOs, new CAOs, or any new law that concerns stakeholders, dapat properly published and circulated. And they must also ensure that all relevant and available information are accessible to any interested person. So if you want a copy, dapat magbibigay sila ng copy. Kasi dapat accessible. Make readily available any information kapag merong amendments or changes in customs laws. Dapat available yung new information before its effectivity date of implementation. That's why we're giving 15 days after the publication para ma-spread or ma-circulate yung new information. So what is the rule when it comes to information of specific application? Under section 112, hindi ka na masyado interested party may seek information from the Bureau of Customs, subject the following conditions. So the information is not confidential. Ano ba yung mga confidential na we can consider confidential information na hindi pwedeng i-publicize or i-share ng Bureau of Customs? Ano yung SOP? Yung mga confidential data ni importer, like yung mga trade secrets nila, diyan pwedeng ibigay ni Bureau of Customs, they have no right. Kasi ano yun, confidential yun with the importer. The information relates to a specific matter. The requesting party, or they have also to pay the reasonable fee para doon sa nire-request nila na document. Kasi alam ka naman na mag-request sila dapat para lang sa photocopy o sa pero may bayad yun pag nag-request ng any document. And then, it shall be released within reasonable time. Ito yung mga information na pinaprovide ni Customs. Available siya dapat upon request of any stakeholder. Section 113, Decision and Ruling. Whether the Bureau of Customs issues binding and advance decision and ruling at the request of the interested party pertaining to importation or exportation, the BOC is required to notify the party of its decision with the period specified by law. So whatever the decision will be, the Bureau of Customs must notify the affected party within how many days? 30 days. The ruling and decision should be issued by the Bureau within 30 days. So dapat magde-decide na siya within 30 days from the submission of the necessary documents and information. And whatever the decision will be, they must notify the party or any interested party pertaining on the decision. Dapat in writing. Hindi pwedeng verbal. Should be in writing. And within a specific period specified. And then kung halimbawang rejection or against dun sa interested party, yung reason should be indicated kung bakit siya na-reject or kung bakit na-deny. It should be stated in the written letter kung bakit yung reasons should be properly stated and clear. Section 114, appeals on decisions and rulings. Any party adversely affected by the decision of the Bureau of Customs may appeal within how many days? 15 days from receipt of the order. Pwede siya mag-appeal. An appeal in writing shall be filed within the period prescribed. Kasi kapag beyond the 15 days, pwede hindi na siya mag-honor. Hindi na siya i-accept. Kasi beyond na doon sa 15 days. But ang reckoning period is upon receipt of the order. So if in case 15 days na from the issuance, but hindi naman pina-receive o hindi na-receive ng interested party, so hindi pa yung magka-count ng 15 days. Ano ba yung, paano natin malalaman kung kailan yung date of receipt? Usually, kung email yan, na-receive sa email, or kung yung mail, physical mail, di ba pinapa-receive yun? So kung anong date na-receive, doon magka-count yung 15 days. Doon ka pwedeng mag-appeal within that period of 15 days. So beyond 15 days, so kung hindi mo na-receive, hindi magka-count yung 15 days. Kung wala ko na-receive, kahit sa email or kahit sa physical mail. Kasi you can contest. Pwede mo sabihin na hindi mo naman na-receive. Pero kung na-receive mo and then 15 days, beyond 15 days, hindi na i-accept yung appeal. Oo, basta na-receive mo. So it's your fault na kung hindi mo binasa. Basta na-receive. Dapat babasahin yung request. Nasa spam? Kaya, prove na wala ka na siya. And kapag naman hindi na-receive, di ba kapag sa email, nagbabounce back yun dun sa sender. Meron silang ma-receive na hindi na-receive ng recipient. Okay, ito, alam nyo na dito. I already discussed this before, types of importation. So, there are how many types of importation? So there are four types of importation and exportation. Ulo, what are the four types of importation and exportation? Chika ni Makapo, di ba? Ano sa malang chika ni? What are the four types?
The free, regulated, prohibited, and restricted.
What do you mean by free? Importation
Ano?
and exportation.
Pwede import
No,
without...
it's not free from duties and
No, ma'am.
taxes.
Pwede import without need for import purposes.
Yes, when you say free importation and exportation, it does not mean that you will not pay any duties and taxes. Excepted yun, kapag ka free of payment of duties and taxes. When you say free importation and exportation, you don't need to secure any additional permits or yung mga special clearances. You can freely import regular. Pero of course, you need pa rin yung mga shipping documents. Year invoice, yung basic lang. Year invoice, packing list. Pero when we say free, good afternoon. When we say free importation and exportation, you can import it without securing additional permits, clearances, or licenses. So hindi siya free in the sense that you will not pay any duties and taxes. Kapag free from duties and taxes, yan yung mga exempted and under Section 800. Pero we're talking about types of importation. How about regulated? Makapoli, what is regulated importation and exportation? Makapoli, are you there? What is regulated importation? When you say regulated,
Pwede siyang ma-import din. It's secure na ang August regulation na
you need to
secure
secure special permit, clearances, licenses. Like, ano example natin dyan?
Sakyan.
Sakyan? Pwede ba yung sakyan? So, rice, kailangan mo ng clearance or permit from NFA. So, kapag mga agricultural products, doon kayo kukuha ng permit sa DA, di ba? Department of Agriculture. Di ba kapag mga fisheries and aquatic products, IFAR. Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources. Kapag mga fish, mga ganyan, aquatic products. Kapag ka mga oil, di ba mga gasolina. Saan yun? No? Di ba sa DOE, Department of Energy. Kapag ka mga electronics, saan yun? DTI. Kapag ka mga, ano ba, mga lumber, mga goods, ganyan, DNR. So, yung mga regulated importation. Kailangan nyo mag-secure ng mga permits or clearances. Kapag ang mga animals, walang ganun. Ano yun? Kapag yung animals, Bureau of Animal Industry, BAI. Bureau of Animal Industry. Kapag ka mga plants, saan yun? DDNR. BPI, Bureau of Plant Industry, BPI. Hindi puno kasi yun yung sa DNR yun. Pero mga plants sa BPI, Bureau of Plant Industry. Yun yung mga regulated. Yun yung mga regulated importation. How about prohibited? Common tech. What is prohibited importation and exportation? When you say prohibited, can you import prohibited? Prohibited. Galing is smuggler. When you say prohibited, totally, bawal talaga. That's why prohibited niya, di ba? So, ang example niyan, ayan, di ba, yung mga rebellion against the government, yung paglaban sa government, sedition, Tapos yung mga ginagamit for abortion. Kasi in the Philippines, abortion is legal. So you cannot import any goods pertaining to abortion, kahit yung mga flyers or yung mga marketing ano nila, bawal yun. Kasi hindi mo pwede promote yung abortion sa Philippines. Yung mga immoral, yung mga obscene, bawal din. Yung mga hindi naka-indicate, yung fineness. Pero dito sa letter D, dito sabihin na bawal mag-import ng gold or silver. Yun lang mga hindi does not indicate the actual fineness of quality. Yung mga adulterated or misbranded goods. Opium pipes. Ayan yung... Ha?
Yung bugaw, mas
Yes.
yung bagay yung bago.
Oo, yung ano siya, drugs din yun. Ginagamit siya. Pipe yung ginagamit sa drugs. Alam niya.
Diba?
When we say adulterated or misbranded, ito yung mga fake. Ito yung mga fake na mga gamot or mga goods. Infringing goods, ito naman yung mga imitation. Bawal yon. Under Intellectual Property Code and all other goods or parts, fish importation. So you cannot import this kasi under prohibited. How about restricted? Anong difference niya sa prohibited?
Ano siya ma'am, kung makuha mo na yung mga proper documents, pwede na siya papapasok. Pero under very strict laws na siya ma'am.
Except when authorized. So, ang nature ng restricted is prohibited siya. Generally prohibited, but ang exception except when authorized by law or regulation. So, usually, si government lang yung ina-allow na mag-import. So, yun yung mga restricted. Ang nature is prohibited. But except when authorized by law or regulation, so pwede pa rin mag-import. In special cases only, or special circumstances. And usually, government lang yung pwede. O si government lang yung pwede mag-allow. Yan yung restricted. Yung prohibited, totally hindi talaga siya pwede.
So, restricted na open type dito.
Opium pipes. Relief consignment. So, meron tong implementing rules and regulations. So, when we say relief consignment, iba din yung donation. Relief consignment is different from donation. Yung relief consignment, so who can differentiate? Yes? Okay. So, relief consignment can be imported only during calamities or natural disasters. While donation can be imported anytime. Tapos, limited lang din yung relief consignment to some types of goods. Hindi kagaya ng donation, anything can be donated. Yung under relief consignment, ang pwede lang ay food, medicine, equipment and materials for shelter, at saka, ano pa, yung mga donated or leased to government institution, and accredited private. So yung, for example, yung mga used clothes, pwede ba siya for relief consignment? Bawal yun, hindi siya na-mention. Kasi yung pwede lang, foods, medicine, equipment, and materials for shelter. So pwede siya as donation, pero hindi siya pwede as relief consignment.
Kailangan ang consignment ng
Hindi siya pwede under relief consignment. Ha? Wala yung permit. Wala din. Kasi when we say relief consignment, immediate yung kanyang necessity. Yun ang mga clothes, pwede mo siya i-import anytime. Pwede mo siya i-donate anytime. Hindi siya kailangan, hindi siya kagaya ng food or medicine na kailangan kapag nagkaroon ng calamity, basic, ano siya, basic or kailangan na siya mag-seal. So, hindi siya include sa relief consignment. Pero pwede siya under donated goods. Iba din yung law ng donated goods, nandun siya sa section 800. Yung relief consignment is under section 120, while donated goods is under section 800, subsection, ano subsection yun? Magkaiba yun na relief consignment and donated goods. And then meron niyang ano, JAO 1-2000 ba yun?
Malaban yun.
Di ba nalala niyo this is the comparison of relief consignment and donated goods? Kapag relief consignment, limited lang siya to food, medicine, and equipment and materials for shelter. Donated or leased to government institutions for free distribution to use of victims. Ang legal basis ng donated goods is section 800 subsection M, while relief consignment is under section 120 to 121 of the CMPA, and ang implementing rule niya is Joint Administrative Order 1-2020. So doon pa lang sa legal basis magkaiba na. Kapag donation under section 800 subsection M. Relief consignment, nag-start yan. Na-realize ng government that there's need for a special law para sa mga relief consignment during Yolanda. Kasi during Yolanda, kailan na nangyari yung Yolanda? It was 2013. So wala pang CMPA during that time. Wala pa yung law. So nung inisyo nila yung CMPA, they incorporated sections, special sections especially for relief consignment. So yan yung 120 and 121. Kasi noong time ng Yolanda, there are a lot of donated goods that was perished or nasayang, wasted. Kasi hindi agad na-release from the Bureau of Customs. Kasi ang sabi, walang legal basis. I mean, hindi siya pwedeng i-release on special treatment kasi wala silang legal basis. That's why, when they issued the CMPA, they incorporated sections 120 to 121 for relief consignment. Ano yan, paspas ang release. Meron siyang special procedure, mabilisan, and 24 hours in case lang yan ng calamity. Kung walang calamity, you cannot declare yung goods mo as relief. Kasi paano masasabing may relief kung wala namang natural disaster or walang calamity? So, the implementing rule is JAO 1-2020. And then, kapag donated goods, it is duty exempt, while relief consignment is duty and tax exempted. So, may pa rin sila ng ano babayaran sa donated goods? So, yung VAT, babayaran yung VAT. Exempted lang sa duty. While relief consignment, free siya for both tax and duty. No limit, parehas. So, walang limit. Kahit magkano, kahit gano'ng karami, pwede for both donated and relief consignment. Donated goods, any type. Relief consignment, limited lang to food, medicine, equipment, materials for shelter, vehicles and equipment, lease, ano pa yan? Lease, government, yung mga nirentahan ng government natin to be used for mga relief operations. Sino lang pwede mag-import? Kapag donated, Philippine government and duly registered relief organization not operated for profit. Kapag relief consignment, pwede din si government and private entity registered or accredited by the DSWD, DFA, DOH, and OCD. Anong DSWD? Department of Social Welfare and Development. DFA is Department of Foreign Affairs. DOH, how about OCD? Office of the Civil Defense. Office of the Civil Defense. So sila yung pwede mag-import ng relief consignment. So kailan pwedeng import? Kapag donated goods?
Anytime.
Anytime. Kapag relief consignment, during state of national or local calamity. So kapag walang declaration, we cannot consider it. Halimbawa, bumagyo, pero wala mang declaration na under state of calamity or natural, walang ano, sino nag-i-issue ba nun? Sino nagsasabi nun? Di ba si NDRRMC ang nag-identify, siya yung nag-announce na under state of calamity, national disaster is reduction, risk reduction, management. Who are the beneficiaries? So dapat kapag donated any person, relief consignment, yun lang mga victims. So for example, nag-announce ng state of calamity sa Davao, pero nakatira ka sa Manila, so hindi ka pwedeng maging recipient ng relief consignment kasi wala ka naman dun sa area kung saan mayroong calamity. Unless the whole Philippines is under state of calamity. So you cannot claim na beneficiary ka ng relief consignment if you're not in the place of calamity. Unless the whole Philippines is under state of calamity. So who will approve? So kasama kayo magsisecure ng mga permit. So kapag donated goods, DOF, upon certification by the DSWD, DOH or DepEd, so kung sino man yung concerned agency. So kapag ka mga medicine, kay DOH yan, kapag ka mga notebooks, yung mga books, kay DepEd, depende. Pero DOF, upon certification, as the case may be. Kapag ka naman relief consignment, isa lang. Yun sa one-stop shop, ERC o SS. Philippine International Humanitarian Assistance Reception Center One-Stop Shop. So doon lang kukuha ng approval. Ano yung document na proof of exemption? So under donated goods, we have tax exemption endorsement from DOF. And kapag ka-relief consignment, kailangan yung form. Relief consignment, supplemental form. Kapag donated goods, nire-release yan sa customs under normal customs clearance procedure. While kapag relief consignment, simplified cargo clearance procedure, meaning mabilisan. Kapag ka-relief consignment. So mas special siya compared sa donated goods. Ayan. Section 200 na. Kasi walang section. So from 121, next na is section 200. Walang section 122, 123 ha. Officials of the Bureau of Customs. Who are the chief officials of the Bureau of Customs?
Commissioner.
How many commissioner? How many commissioner?
One.
30, how many commissioner? Isa lang, di ba? Commissioner? There is only one commissioner.
Katawa na siya. Di ba, ang problem sa nila, ma'am, yung mga ISG, di ba sila yung mga collect yung mga
Deputy Commissioner.
Deputy Commissioner.
So the
Lahat po ng
isa lang yung commissioner ha, hindi kagaya sa tariff commission. Sa tariff commission, bilang yung commissioner. Tapos ang head is the commissioner. Sa tariff commission yan. But, if we are talking about the Bureau of Customs, there is only one commissioner. The Commissioner of Customs is the head of the Bureau of Customs. Kapag tinanong kayo, who are the chief officials of the Bureau of Customs? O kanusa, who are the chief officials of the Bureau of Customs? One commissioner and assisted by
Deputy Commissioner. Six deputy commissioners.
at least 4, but not more than 6 deputy commissioners. Sila yung chief officials of the Bureau of Customs. At least 4. So meaning, hindi bababa dapat sa 4 and not more than 6. Ayan yung sinabi ko sa inyo na mga agencies under ng Office of the Commissioner.
SDG says,
Sila yung mga DEPCOM or Deputy Commissioners under Office of the Commissioner. So we have, ano yung first?
Yes. STG, ito naman.
IAG. We have AOCG. RCMD.
Asa ba si Juby Maxwell yan?
RCMG. Kasama ba yan? 3. MIS.
ESS.
ESS. Office of the Commissioner 4, 3, 4, 5. Meron ka di ba? Yes.
CIS.
Sorry, mali. EG. EG, di ba? And then IG. Ito pa yung IG.
Iba din yung ID.
And then we have, bakit 7? Diba not at least 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Diba sabi at least 4, but not more than 6. 7 na to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ano yung sabi ng IAG? Internal Administration Group.
Assessment
How about
Operation.
AOCG?
Assessment Operation Coordinator.
Assessment and
Operation.
Assessment Operations Coordinator.
Assessment and Operations RCMG.
Management Information Systems Technology Group.
Management Information System.
Enforcement Group.
EG Enforcement
Enforcement Group.
Group. IG.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. ICAT.
Austrian Saudi.
Bosnians Audit Group. Sabi, at least 4 but not more than 6 deputy commissioners. So bakit 7? Yes, kasi yung iba, DEPCOM ang tawag. Deputy Commissioner. So 6 na naman. Diba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pero si Tikat, ang tawag sa kanya ay Assistant
ASCO.
Commissioner. And meron siyang separate na law. Wala sa CFTA. Meron siyang separate na executive order
Dalawang libro niya ako.
para magkaroon ng tikat. Meron ba kayong post clearance? Tapos na? So, ano? Ongoing na lang.
Yes. Ang CIS, mama, hindi yan siya sa EG, ma'am.
CIS, Intelligence IG.
As IG yan siya. Okay.
Hanapin ko muna sa
Natin natin yung mga legit.
Chief Official.
Dito, may information sila.
Meron sometimes mga changes, pero hindi naman required na palitan. Sino na ngayon ang commissioner?
Ariel.
Hindi na si Rubio ha, baka si Rubio pa rin kayo. Si ano na Ariel Nepomuceno. So, yan. Hindi sa This is the logo. Na-discuss naman na natin ito before. This is the logo of the Bureau of Customs. And the Bureau of Customs is under Department of Finance together with the BIR, Bureau of Treasury, and Bureau of Local Government Finance. Sila yung magkakasama under Department of Finance. So siya ay Bureau of Customs is under Department of Finance. Ayan. Hindi ko pa na-update to eh. Sorry. Hindi ko still sure kung sila pa. Hindi ko pa na-update. So ito kasi yung last. I-update. So sa ID siya. Pero I think siya pa rin naman. Sa ito parang napalitan.
Sinapal ba yan kasalita kapag
Ito parang napalitan na siya.
yung
Ito, I think siya pa din sa PCAT. Ayan. Yung PCAT is under PO 46 series of 2017. So wala siya sa CFTA. And Assistant Commissioner tawag sa kanya. Austrian Audit Group. Who are the chief officials? The Commissioner and Deputy, at least 4 but not more than 6. Deputy Commissioner, Who shall appoint the commissioners?
President.
Now, this office maintains an accounting revenues
RCMG.
that is keyword revenues. Yun yung keyword. It represents mythical creatures
Seal.
that symbolizes the power of the Bureau of
Lion,
Customs.
lion, lion.
Ano
Lion
yan?
seal.
Sa logo ng BOC.
Seal, siguro lion.
Ano yan?
Airplane.
Dragon. Ha? Dragon ba yan?
Seal, oy.
Lion.
Sea
Sea lion.
Seal,
Sea lion yun. Yung parang merlion sa Singapore. Na parang ganun siya. Ano pa? What else? Who is the current head? Ay, wala. Yung pa na-update.
Estado na sa mga. Asyo na to.
So these are the powers and functions. Sandaanan ko lang ha. Of the commissioner. Exclusive and original jurisdiction. Exercise. Customs power. Duties and functions. Siya yung head. The commissioner is the head of the Bureau of Customs. Ito pa ha. Yung spelling ng commissioner. Mali pa. Kapag ang commissioner, double M.
Double S.
Mali pa yung spelling ng commissioner ha. Double M, double S yun. Double M, double S ang commissioner. He is the head of the Bureau of Customs. So the current commissioner of customs is
Ariel
F. Nepomuceno. Wala na si Ruby, baka nakaibig ka rin kayo ha. Yan yung powers and function ng commissioner eh. Oh, sample scenario. An importer is confused on the meaning of the term transaction value under section 700 and requested the district collector of the Port of Manila to interpret the same. The district collector of customs replied and made an interpretation of the meaning transaction value. What is the effect of the official interpretation issued by the district collector?
Bugo ko ng importer.
So your importer is confused. So nagtanong siya kay district collector. Si district collector naman sumagot.
Philosopher's district collector.
Ha?
Importer is confused in the meaning of the term.
Is the opinion of the district collector valid?
Yes.
Ha?
Yes.
What is the effect of the official interpretation? In-interpret ni district collector kasi nagtanong yung importer. Ano daw yung sabihin ng transaction value sa section 700? Kaya si district collector naman, sige, nag-reply. So ano effect nun? Is it valid? According to section 201,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
sino lang pwede mag-interpret ng CMTA?
Commissioner.
Official lang yung official. Dapat yung commissioner, nakalagay dyan, exclusive and original jurisdiction to interpret the provisions of the CMTA in collaboration with the relevant government agency. So kapag nag-issue si district collector ng kanyang interpretation, that is not valid. Kasi it is the power and function of the commissioner to interpret the provisions of the CMTA. Eh, si collector nagbuot-buot. So, hindi valid yung kanyang interpretation of the CMTA. Kasi section 700 yung pinag-interpret. Commissioner lang ang dapat. Official. Ano may opinion si district collector? Pwede lang siya magsabi ng kanyang opinion. Kasi nagtanong man si importer. Pero kung isusulat niya, hindi yun official. Hindi siya official, hindi niya pwedeng interpret officially. Kasi si commissioner lang yung may powers to to officially interpret. Although pwede naman niya i-advise o importer pero hindi siya official and not valid. Ito naman yung functions. Yung kanina, powers and functions of the Bureau of Customs. So this is the function of the Bureau of Customs naman. So we know naman, di ba, na sila yung for assessment and collection of revenues, simplification, and harmonization of customs procedures, border control, Bureau of Customs pa rin, prevention, and suppression of smuggling, facilitation and security of international trade, supervision, and so ito yung mga function ni Bureau of Customs. So hindi lang limited, not limited to collection of duties and taxes. So there are a lot of functions in Bureau of Customs. Under Section 203, the Commissioner shall submit to the President, Congress, and NEDA annual report. So every year, merong annual report si Commissioner. Kanina siya submit? Kay President, NEDA, and Congress. On or before March 31 of the following year. So for example, yung report nyo for 2025 is due on March 31, 2026. Ilang makapag-submit na ng report si Commissioner, kay President, kay Congress, and sa NEDA. The Commissioner, subject to the approval of the Secretary of Finance, shall promulgate rules and regulations for the enforcement of the CMPA. So si Commissioner, yung mag-issue ng mga anong i-issue ni Commissioner? Sino nag-issue ng CMO? Mga CMO? No? Commissioner. Yun ay signed and approved by the Commissioner. CMO. Customs Memorandum Order. But kapag kakao, Customs Administrative Order, ang nakasign doon ay si Secretary of Finance. So yun yung major difference ng CMO and KAO. Si Secretary of Finance ang nakasign sa KAO, si Commissioner naman sa CMO. Pero both are implementing rules and regulations. Dapat yon every KAO merong equivalent CMO. Pero hindi lahat meron. Pero dapat gano'n. Kung ano yung equivalent niya ng KAO, meron siya dapat CMO. The Commissioner shall regularly prepare and publish an updated customs manual and the rules, regulations, and decisions of the Bureau. The Commissioner shall furnish the Congress and the entire Commission with electronic copies of department orders. Ito na yung mga CMOs, mga circulars, and other rules and regulations promulgated pursuant to the CMPA. And then, the Commissioner shall regularly furnish NEDA, PSA, LAGOR, our Commission, electronic copies of all goods declaration processed and cleared by the Bureau. Upon request, the Direct Commission shall have access to and right to be furnished. Okay. Review question. Sino sorry? Given this one power and function of the Commissioner, yours to it. So isa, there's exclusive, original, jurisdiction to interpret. Yan yung isa. So meron marami pa, diba? How about the function of the Bureau of Customs? So madami din. Yung first is yung assessment, collection of revenues. Yun yung pinaka-first.
To regulate the
An annual report or the performance should be submitted by the Commissioner. Kanino?
NEDA.
Kanino isa-submit? President,
Congress.
NEDA.
ano ma'am, Commissioner.
Commissioner.
Who shall promulgate the rules and regulations? Commissioner of Customs. Who shall be regularly
BIR and
furnished
DOF.
an electronic copies?
Commissioner.
Sino-sino?
BIR.
BIR,
Joel.
UF,
Joel.
ano pa?
Gumodora na?
Ano wala?
PSA.
Electronic copies of all goods declaration. Ibig sabihin, yan yung mga import entry. Goods declaration yung import
NEDA,
entry. Sino mga
PSA,
electronic copies?
BIR.
Si BOC na yung
Ay, DFA.
PSA,
NEDA, PSA, BIR.
and Tariff
Commission.
Commission. NEDA,
NEDA.
PSA, BIR, NET, PC.
wala, NEDA, PSA, BIR, Tariff Commission. Ano yung role ni COA?
Sila ang siyang
Finally filed.
Yung mga copies of the final file, COA. Anong section na yung last? Hanggang ano kayo sabi kong exam? Nine, no? So, meron pa. 5, 6. So, yung 206 naman,
Customs.
customs districts and ports of entry. Kasama yun yung mga collection districts. Memorize yung mga daan to, di ba? Di ba? O, ano yung Port of Davao? What collection district number is Port of Davao? O, alam niyo pa, di ba?
Double lang.
How about Cebu?
15.
Alay.
9.
Cebu. Ataka.
6 without
Cebu is
6.
collection district number.
6.
7.
Ano talaga?
7.
O, how about the POM, Port of Manila?
2.
Anong 2? 2A. MIC Phase 2B. Diba? How about Manila? Pupunta tayo sa Manila sa Doctor. Collection District number, ano ang Manila?
3.
Collection District 3. How about yung sa pupuntahan yung Clark? Collection District what number?
14.
O, kasama yun sa exam, ha? Tayo pa subport. Anong subports ng Davao?
Parang
May kasama.
Jensan Mati.
Jensan, Mati.
Parang.
Yes. Mandalay ng Davao. Reviewin niyo yun, kasama yun sa exam.
Wala kayo bilang mga distributor no? Paano ma'am?
Ay, hindi na yun. Marami masyado yung district collector. Tsaka napapalitan man sila from time to time. Kasama yun sa exam, mga subport. Who shall divide the Philippines into administrative units? Who shall divide the Philippines?
EDSA.
The commissioner, so that is under section 206. Commissioner shall have the power to define and change the limits of customs district subject section 206. Subject to the approval of the Secretary of Finance. So siya yung pwede mag-change ng mga or mag-divide ng mga district collections upon the approval of the Secretary of
Mga
Finance.
pila yung chismis po, papila daw pa yung chismis. Ipit, bigay ko na.
Who shall have each customs district? Who shall have each customs district collector? And there is only one district collector for each collection district. But as many deputy district collectors as may be necessary. So isa lang na district collector and then pwede mo daw yung deputy district collectors.
Uy,
What will
naluoy
you
daw sa
buy for the
sinuha.
entry?
Anak ko dako naman ka.
Port of entry refers to the
Alay, memorize sa pud na.
port of entry refers to a domestic port open to both domestic, nasa definition of terms. Port of entry refers to the domestic port open to both domestic and international trade, including principal ports of entry and subports of entry. Yun yung ports of entry. Again, when we say ports of entry, these are domestic ports open to both domestic and international trade, including principal ports of entry and subports of entry. So yung mga principal port of entry ay yung from collection district number 1 until how many collection districts do we have? How many collection districts? There are currently how many?
17.
How many collection districts?
16, di ba?
Are you sure?
17.
17.
How many?
17, K2, A2, B, ano?
Yes, there are
17.
17. Although ang numbering niya is
16.
hanggang 16 na. Ano yung collection district number 16?
Imay.
Port of Limay. Pero kaya siya naging 17 kasi meron 2A and 2B. How many subports?
34.
How many subports of entry? Ha? Sige, bilangin mo ha.
34 na tayo.
You can count.
39.
There are 39 subports of entry. Lahat na yun.
39 sub.
Yung principal port of entry, that is the chief port of entry. So in case of Davao, the port of Davao is the principal port of entry.
Dahil man ang sa pambesa mo.
Yes, natin yun. The principal port of entry is the chief port of entry of the customs district, wherein it is situated, and the permanent station of the district collector. So yung district collector, nandun yan sa principal district collection. So dyan naka-assign or nag-office yung district collector. While when we say naman subports of entry, so these are under the administrative jurisdiction of the district collector of the principal port of entry of the customs district. So kung under ng Port of Davao ang Gensan, merong deputy district collector na naka-assign
Si
sa
Rojo.
Gensan.
Rojo.
Pero reporting siya sa collector ng Davao.
Guwapo ba yan siya?
Included din sa port of entry,
Yes,
hindi
Jensen,
lang yung
macho
mga
kaya siya. Si
seaports,
Atty. Rojo.
but also the airport of entry, kasama din sa port of
Yummy.
entry. When we say port of entry, hindi lang yun seaports. We can
Airport
also include airport, kasi meron tayong principal airport of entry. We have collection district number 3. Principal port.
Tako
Hindi
na
yun,
na siya,
principal
pasal di na na
port
siya.
yun.
Uy, naunsa naman ka, uy.
Really, kung ba lagi, tungkol ko.
How many ulit? How many? 17. Pero yung last is number 16. Kasi meron 2A and 2B. 2A is Port of Manila, 2B is
MICP?
MICP. Who may open or close any port of entry?
Ha?
Who may open or
Ano ba?
close any
Ano
port
naman yung
of
bahala ng
entry?
gago na na?
Who may open or close any port of entry?
Commissioner.
The
Commissioner.
President of the Philippines. Pero si Commissioner, yung kanina, yung binanggit ako ng Commissioner,
Ay, Jeep, ay, izin Jeep.
Siya mag-divide. As
siya yung magsaset ng limit
Jeep,
and mag-change. Pero yung mag-close and open is the President.
So, mabago niya ang mga ang pupila ka principal port sa port sa commissioner na.
Oo, siya yung malimit. Siya yung limit ako sa akin. Pero ang mag-open and close lang, si President lang.
So, kailangan ka niya kapupal, mag-open siya ka ng principal port.
Ang mag-open, si ano lang,
6MG lang yun, ah.
approval ng President. Who has the power to assign any employee of the Bureau
Commissioner.
Who has the power to assign
Commissioner with
employees
approval of the
of the
Secretary.
Bureau. Kung ililipat niyo, for example, or ina-transfer to others, who can? It is the Commissioner
Commissioner
of
of
Customs.
Customs. With approval of the Secretary of Finance.
The Commissioner of Customs issued an order to Mr. B, a district collector, holding the position of collector of Customs 5, salary grade 25, stating as follows: in the exigency of the service, you are hereby transferred from Port of Manila as district collector to Port of Cebu as acting customs examiner. Is the transfer order valid? Gutom na ka?
Sabi ko naman.